So lesson 11 is a review of simplifying algebraic expressions. I was realizing that some people were struggling with the last lesson. I thought it would be a review, but that's okay. I will walk through this one for lesson 11, so you'll listen to my video and take notes and answer the questions with me at the bottom. So we're going to do 1 through 13 together, and then you guys can just try them on your own and then check with my work after with the video. And then lesson 12 will be posted on Wednesday, which will be due Thursday, and that will be with multiplication and division. So right now we're going to just focus on like terms and simplifying with addition and subtraction, and maybe some distributive property, and then we'll do more practice for next lesson. So I'm just going to read through this. Parts of an algebraic expression are called terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variables raised to the same exponents. Constant terms are also like terms. So this word here, constant, are talking about like numbers. So if you have like 5 and 6 or 10 and 100, right? Those are constant terms, which are just like values, and they can be combined. Any number can be combined. They don't have to be the same number to be combined. Like terms have the same variables. So if you have a 4x plus an 8x, in the example down here, they have 8y plus 7y. So here at the bottom, you'll see these are like terms. So they give us, a lot of you will just say, all right, so there's 8y's and there's 7y's. So altogether there's 15y's. So you're allowed to, all you do is add the two coefficients or the numbers in front, or the 8 and the 7 are called coefficients, as they say it over here as well. And then you put the y at the bottom. You don't have to show this like parentheses work. It's just telling you that you add the two numbers in front and then you attach the y to it. Okay? An algebraic expression is in simplest form when it has no like terms and no parentheses. That's what it says up here. To combine like terms that have variables, use the distributive property, add or subtract the coefficients. So again, they're saying use distributive property, add or subtract the coefficients, or you can just, say it to yourself. Sorry, there's a lot of these boxes. All right, so here, let's see if I can get my highlighter. If you don't know what that is. Here. All right, so we have simplify. We did the 8y plus 7y. Simplify 2 parentheses x plus 5 minus 3 parentheses x minus 2. So the first idea here is that you do have distributive property. When you have a number outside a set of parentheses, you need to distribute that in. So the 2 has to be multiplied to the x, and the 2 also has to be multiplied to the 5. So we have 2x plus 2 times 5 minus, so now we're over here, 3 times x, so we get 3x, minus 3 times minus 2. So if you see here, you got to take into consideration those signs. So a negative 3 times a negative 2 is a positive 6. So now I'm here. So now we have to combine like terms. So if we look at this one, we have like terms that are the two x values. So we have the positive 2x and the minus 3x. So for this one, make sure you take the sign in front. This is a positive 2, but it's a minus a 3x. That's why they have minus 3, which is a negative 1x. And then you add the numbers. The numbers are called constants. They can be combined with any number. So we have a positive 10 and we have a minus 6. Plus 6, sorry, it's a positive 6. And we'll put the 10 plus 16. So the final is negative x plus 16. This is your final answer. This cannot be combined together because this has an x and this one doesn't. Okay, so that'd be your final answer. All right, and this one, simplify xy plus 3y minus 2x plus 5y minus 3xy. So it's a really long one, but take it slow. So with two terms, so this is an xy. So in order for anything to be combined with this, it has to also have an xy. So what other term has an xy? This one doesn't have an xy, it only has a y. This one only has an x, this one only has a y. This one has an xy. So we can combine 1xy with the negative 3xy. Okay, it's actually subtraction. So it's you have 1xy, now you're going to take away 3xy's, you're going to have now negative 2xy, which is down here. All right, let's see what other like terms we have. So we have a plus 3y. So what can be combined with this one? Plus 3y. This should be blue. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out. So we have a plus 3y. And what can be combined with the plus 3y? The plus 5y, which is over here. And let's change that to yellow so I don't get confused. So plus 3y and plus 5y makes 8y, which is down here at the bottom. And then we're left with the minus 2x. Okay, this is your final answer at the bottom because they all have to have the same terms. They all have like one of them, but they all have to match. So we leave our answer like that. You're allowed to leave your answer as an expression. An expression is just a bunch of terms that can be simplified, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to do a few of these, and then you guys are going to finish them as your assignment. You could have taken notes while I was reading up here, but for what I need you to hand in is the practice problems. So what you're handing in here, so submit practice problems 1 through 13. I'm going to do a few with you now. You can either listen with me to get the answers, or you can do them on your own and then check them by watching the video. But this is what you're going to submit to me in your work. So 7x plus 15x, they both have an x term, so we just add the coefficients. So 15 plus 7 is 22x. Keep going. 8y minus 14y. So 8 minus 14, since they have the same variable, we can just take the number. So it's going to be a negative 6y. Next one. So now we have a few bunch of terms. So we can't add all of these. We can only do the ones with both that have a d. So there's a 7d, and I can put them next to each other, so it's better to look at 7d minus 5d plus 9. So all we can do is combine those d's. So 7d take away 5d is 2d plus 9. Can we add these together to make 11d? No, because this would have to have a d. It doesn't, so you're going to leave it like that as your answer. All right, let's go down to this one. So we have 3w. And then what happens here? So we have a 2 outside of a set of parentheses, which means we multiply. So we get plus 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 times minus the 2 times the 3w, which is going to be 6w. Remember, we can multiply on like terms, which we're going to practice later this week, plus 2. All right, let's move around what we can combine here. So we can do the 3w minus the 6w and get, oh, I keep putting x, sorry. 3w minus 6w is negative 3w. And then we can combine the numbers, the 4 plus the 2, to get 6. And we can just put those terms together. So my final answer would be the negative 3w plus 6. That's your answer for number 4. And sorry, let me move this over so you can see it. So we took the equation. I just made them in 2 different boxes because I was stupid. Good. So the answer to this one is number 4 is negative 3w. Negative 3w plus 6. Okay, we can't combine those because they both don't have a w. All right, so even though there's, for number 5, even though there's parentheses, there's no number outside the parentheses, if you're realizing. It's not like we have a 2 times this 2. It's just a set of parentheses. They're just grouping terms together. That's another property of like addition. It's, if you remember grouping, it's the associative property, and then the other one is commutative property. So all here we're trying to find like the like terms. So we have x and 3x can be combined to get 4x. And then we can combine the numbers, 3 and minus 7, which is minus 4. Again, we can't combine those because they're not like terms, even though they both have a 4. Even though those both have a 4, you can't combine them. Okay. Let's see. 6 is similar, 7 similar, 8 similar, 9 similar. They just have parentheses. For this one, though, for number 9, make sure you distribute that negative. Okay, it's a negative b. So if you wanted to rewrite this one, it would be 8b plus 1. But then you're minusing a negative, which means it's turning into a positive 10b. Then you're minusing a negative 5. It's going to turn into plus 5. So this expression is what you should be evaluating for number 9. You can combine some like terms there. 10, again, remember, distributive property. You're multiplying that s into there and a 3t into there. So I'll show you that's first step. So you would get 8s. S times negative 2t is just going to be minus 2st. Okay, so you can just put the letters next to each other. All right, and then you're going to get plus 3t times 4 is 3 times 4 is 12. Put the t on there. And then you have 3t times a negative 2s. So do the 3 times 2 first. You get 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And then just put those letters there. And then the 5t just goes on the end. So the 5t actually isn't being affected. This thing here is not being affected by that 3t that's being distributed. It's kind of like by itself. So make sure it's just by itself. And then you guys can combine like terms here. See what's combinable. Okay. Even though there's exponents, well, for number 12, it's the same idea like terms. So don't get scared by the exponents. And the same for 11. Don't get scared by them. They're just, it's just a term. And for number 13, let's see, the original price of a model car is $D. You use a coupon and buy, a coupon is like a discount, right? It's a percentage off of the item. So you use a coupon and buy the kit for D minus $10. You assemble the model car and sell it for 2D minus $20. Write an expression that represents your earnings. So, so you have a kit that's D minus 10. So that's what you're buying it for. And then you sell it for 2D minus 20. So they want to know what you're earning here. So if you want to write so they're just saying write an expression that represents your earnings, interpret it. So if you're buying the kit and you're spending the D minus 10, then you are, so the D is the original price. So the original price is being subtracted by $10. That's your discount. So then whatever D minus 10 is, we don't know what it is, and that's okay. That will be how much you spend on the car. And so then if you're spending the money, you have to think, is this going to be positive or negative? Are you gaining money when you buy it, or are you going to lose money if you buy something? You're going to lose it, so you're going to put a negative in front of that expression. Then if you assemble the model car and then you're selling it, you're going to make a profit. So then if you're going to make a profit, are you going to get the money or are you going to lose money? You're going to gain money. So then this expression be added to D minus 10. And then you guys can write and explain what those terms mean and how I just talked about it. It says interpret your expression. Interpret means to talk about what those terms mean, why you decided to write it like this, etc. Okay, and maybe some of you simplify it. That's fine. Do whatever you want to do with that one. Okay, so your homework is to submit the rest of these problems, their answers, to the best of your ability. It would be helpful if you write the original problem with your answer. And if you've made it this far in the video, the bonus word that you can write on your paper is Happy Easter. Because I'm making this video on Sunday, and if you write this bonus word on your paper, I I will give you bonus points on a future quiz, okay? Because I can tell that you're listening and working through this, hopefully.